please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, as well as turn on your notifications so you won't miss when I upload a new video. With that said, let's get on with today's video. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are in my kitchen. I am going to be doing some meal prep. I'm going to cut up some fruit that I buy every week and I'm going to place it into the refrigerator for my kids to have to eat throughout the week. I'm also going to pre-cook my taco meat for tonight. Tonight is Taco Tuesday and we are having nachos, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done as well. And I'm going to try to make juice in the new juicer that I bought from Amazon, and I will let you know how I like that. And I will leave the link to that juicer down in the description box in case anybody else wants to try it out. And last thing I might do today, if I have time, is make some homemade brownies. So let's see how much of these things I can get done before my entire house wakes up. Okay, now y'all, I'm just about to go ahead and cook up our taco meat for later, or our nacho meat. So all I do is I use 85/15 ground beef. Sometimes I use 90, sometimes I use 73. It just really depends on what's available and what's cheapest. I use the fire roasted diced tomatoes and green chilies from Rotel, and I do sometimes just get the store brand, but they didn't have any, so I just got this one. And I'm going to use this sad little half an onion I had left in the refrigerator, and I'm going to cut it up to cook it with the meat. And I'm going to season it up with just some regular taco seasoning, which I should have. This is Amazon brand. I do order groceries from Amazon sometimes, so this is Amazon brand. I'm going to use some of this and some, let's see, probably some Sazon Goya. I'm going to use this in there as well. And the plan for dinner is I'm going to have the taco meat, and I'm going to heat up some queso also, and I'll do that later because right now it's only about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'll probably do that around like 4:30 or 5, make up the queso, and then dinner will be ready. We have all the toppings to go on it and everything, and that's what we're gonna have with our nachos. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna chop up this onion and then start cooking our meat with the onion. think I'm gonna use this whole onion. I think I'm just gonna like use part of it. Now I am not the best chopper. I really need to get one of those chopping things because I cannot chop to save my life. But in the end it gets done, right? So I'm just gonna get this onion diced up. And sometimes, depending on how lean the meat is, I will add a little bit of oil to my pan. I'm gonna see how it'll do. Let me see. Let me see if I have any oil left in here. I might add just a little bit. Yeah, so I'll add just that little bit of oil. And it looks like no more than about maybe 2 teaspoons. And I'll let that get started. Throw my onion in. And I just want it to get soft with the meat. I do not like crunchy onions. My kids don't really like onions at all, but I think it adds flavor to the meat, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I might just add a few more because this is 3 pounds of meat that I use for my nachos. Now don't come at me for my chopping skills. I think that might be enough. Yeah, that might be enough. That's onion skin. And I'll go ahead and just let these start. Turn my fire down just a little bit. I have my fire on about a 4. This eye right here cooks pretty hot, so I have it at about a 4. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt to those. And then I'll go ahead and add my beef. I'm gonna chop this up and let it get started. I do usually like to get the trays of meat because when they come in blocks like this or even in those rolls, it's really hard to break up even if it's fully thawed. So I usually like to get the trays, but I bought this instead this time. So work with what we got, right? Okay. And I'll just let that start, and then I'll start seasoning it. Now to season my meat, I just use regular seasoned salt. And I don't add too much because I don't want it to be salty because of the taco seasoning, but I do want it to have flavor. So get a good amount in there. And I also add some black pepper, and that's just because I like black pepper. And then I'll just let it cook. All the while I'm letting it cook, I'm also trying to chop it smaller. Because you know, for nachos, you don't want the big chunks of meat. And like I said before, it's usually easier to do with the trays of meat versus these rolls or these packages of formed meat. So just put some muscle into it and start breaking it down as best you can. And I'm going to mix it around so that the seasoning can get throughout it. The seasoning, salt and pepper, and then I'm going to add in my Goya as well, and then I'll just let that go for a minute or 2. I'm going to add in 2 packages of the Goya seasoning, Szechuan Goya. And I don't add my taco seasoning until after I drain my meat and the grease off. Usually with this cut of meat or this lean of the meat, I don't need to drain it so much as I just use like the paper towel trick and get some of the excess grease out. Like you can see right now, there's pretty much only a little tiny bit of grease, and there won't be much more than that by the time it finishes cooking. So I'm just gonna let that start browning and the onions start softening, and I will be back once it's time to add in the other ingredients. And I'll just leave the top on this and let it simmer and cook down. If I need to add a little bit more water, I will. Then I'll taste it and I'll see if I need to add any more seasoning, and then I'll do that. And once it's done, I'll just set it aside until it's dinner time. And there is the finished product. It's juicy, it's nice, but it's not wet. And the rest of those juices will get soaked up with it just sitting here on the stove for the next couple of hours. But that is what we need for our dinner. And like I said, I'll make the queso in about an hour or so. Maybe 30 minutes before dinner, I'll start the queso. But yeah, dinner is prepped. Okay, you guys, so this is the juicer that I bought from Amazon. This is the brand Aicook or Aicook juicer, and that is the model number there. I got this on sale for around $37, I believe it was. I just wanted something to try out because I do want to try making some juices soon. And this is all the stuff that came in the package. I've taken out all the cardboard and foam and things. Here is the collection cup here. It came with a cleaning brush here, instructions, as well as a warranty card. And so I'm gonna go ahead and try this juicer out a little bit later today, but I will definitely show you the clip of whatever I make in this juicer because I did buy some fruit, and I will let you know what I think about it. I think overall it had good reviews, so I'm excited to try it out. And if it is good, if it works well enough, it'll be something that I'm gonna try to incorporate into my daily routine, some juicing, because I am trying to lose a few pounds. But yeah, this is the brand again. It comes with this little card that tells you some juicing tips and everything, but I will tell you whether I recommend it or not, and I will also leave the link down in the description box in case anybody else would like to try it. Okay, so this juicer, it's okay for the price. It was easy to take apart and clean each part, so that's a plus. On this part, you really have to work hard to get in the grooves because there's some places under here that can get some stuff trapped under here, under this rim, and it doesn't come off. So I had to work kind of hard to get that clean. But it was pretty easy to take apart and to get all the pieces cleaned out, and I can put it back together and set it to the side. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but it struggled on those apples. Like, it didn't struggle as much on the carrots, it struggled on the apples, so I'm guessing I will have to peel them from now on. And in here, it had a lot of wet pulp in this top lid. When I opened this, it was dry pulp, but it was a lot of wet pulp left in this top lid, so I'm not sure if that's normal, but that happened. But yeah, I got everything cleaned out pretty easily. I'm gonna try the juice. This is how much I got out of 2 apples, 2 stalks of celery, two small carrots, and a handful of pineapple. So I'm gonna try this juice in a little while, and I'll let you know how it is. But overall, for the price, this juicer is just okay. I will link it in the description box for you. For my queso, all I'm gonna do is melt this down with a little bit of milk, and I might add a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese to it. I have a block of Monterey Jack cheese. I might add that in here too. I'm not gonna add any Rotel this time because what I normally do is take half of my taco meat and add it into here. I don't add the whole thing or add this to the whole pan because my husband does not like cheese at all. So yeah, that's what I'll do, and this queso will be done, and then it'll be time for these kids to eat and time for dinner, and that's it for dinner. And I did decide I'm not gonna make any brownies, but I have some cookie dough made in the refrigerator. I'll probably just make some chocolate chip cookies for dinner, and yeah, that'll be the end of my work day, and then I'll move on to my other work day, maybe working on some business stuff.